No sound crash. Okay. Yeah. So as I was saying, these are the first two letters of the Hebrew alphabet. One thing you have to understand is Hebrew is pictographic. What does that mean? Meaning like the letters can be used to let you know what you're spelling out. Meaning, okay, this is A, right? The letter A is technically an ox, but it can also mean strong slash strength. Okay, first and leader, right? Then you have Ba, which is technically a house, right? This is a house or household, right? So we understand the A can mean strong or strength, first or leader. Ba means household. What?
Four.
What about it? Yeah, what?
Come on.
Come here. Okay, house or household, right? So what's called? What is father in the Hebrew? Khan.
Abba.
Abba, right? Ah, and then Ba, right? This is Hebrew for father, right? And you understand what these two mean, right? That technically means strength of the house slash household. Or it can also mean the first or the leader of the house or the household. Amma is similar, the strength of the water. The water is the body, like a body or a group. Yam in Hebrew, like a sea, is a plural. Like, let me see, Akiyam. Yam means sea. Yam is Hebrew for sea, but Akiyam, or is the Hebrew version. Yam is the Hebrew version of S, but it also means sea. So a large group. So woman being like the ama or meaning the strength or the first water, she's the one who keeps all the glue together. Basically, that's what it said. Strength of the household, first of the household, the leader of the household. That is the father. Thing about Hebrew is that what's called you can use the pictures in certain instances to be able to understand what's being said in the language. Okay, so there's little things like that. So like I said, we just about to review these real quick. I'm not gonna take too long. This lesson shouldn't take that long or be that long-winded, but what's it called? Just want to run through this. Okay, we're all familiar with the difference between Assyrian and Babylon and ancient and Assyrian, or no? You okay? Okay. So let me do that now, sweetheart. Yeah. Me personally, let's go. I'd rather just do the ancient. I don't know, like I don't know about you, sure, or a lot of brothers. A lot of brothers. Nobody likes Assyrian. Syrian is just like, like the fact that I have to write it now is it's just so annoying. Like what's it called? Me personally, like I only ever write ancient. Like in the Syrian, you can feel a spirit that isn't ours on the Assyrian, but with the ancient, it's just simple and easy.
Right.
Like God, right? This is the God, God, Da. Now everybody's familiar with the whole. Have y'all gotten the Magun Dawa Da breakdown? Have y'all gotten an official Magun Dawa Da breakdown? The shield of David. You haven't gotten the Shield of David right now. No sweat. Now, here's okay. I'm gonna use that to explain why this is so freaking stupid. Why intellect is so freaking stupid. You got a little bit. Ha, right? This is the ha in the Hebrew. I'm gonna give that to you in 1 second. I just want to get one thing out. Wow. Wow. Right? Wait, let me make this a little better. Wow. Right? Now, okay, like I said, all of these have symbols, and all of these symbols have a meaning. When you understand the meaning, you can understand the deeper meaning of what it's saying. Okay, now, this symbol is the shield, is what we refer to as the shield of David, and what's referred to in the world as the star of David. There are no stars, like we knew this back then. Has anybody ever lived outside New York City? Yusuf? Okay, have you ever spent a decent amount of time, like outside the city at least, to like see the stars? Okay, have you ever noticed that you're decently familiar with geometry, like a point and a ray, the difference? Like, have you ever noticed when you look at a star, you can see it is a point, like a circular point with rays coming out of it, just like any other sun? John, like I was living in Albany, like around the time that I was coming into the truth. I wasn't officially in the school yet, but I was reading, and I saw the scripture where it says, now we knew back then that the stars were circles. What's called, and I looked into the sky and said, yo, if you actually look at it, it's a point with rays emanating out of it. We always knew that this was not, what's it called? Now, how would you spell David's name in Hebrew? David's name in Hebrew is Gawada. Khan.
In ancient Hebrew, right?
Yeah, in ancient Hebrew.
It'll be the triangle, the Y.
One triangle, right? Then what?
The Y.
The Y.
And then another dot.
Then another dot, right? Now, this may be a little advanced. Sha'al. What is da? What does a da mean? What does it represent? What is that picture?
The dot represents the dot represents the triangle.
No. What is it? This is an ox. This is a house. This is a camel toe. What is it? Huh? Khan. Do you know?
The dot represents the door.
It's a door, specifically a tent door. The door of a tent, that's why it's a triangle, right? What is the Y? Now, this is the important part so you can understand it. Khan.
It's the hook.
Give me a little better. The hook for what? The hook isn't even the best word to use. You can, but Khan. No, it's a stake for a tent. A hook, okay. What does a hook do? Like, it's a hook in a sense of the hook on an 18-wheeler. It keeps the actual vehicle in place with the cargo. That type of hook. The stake that's used to keep a tent in the actual ground. Okay, a hook, this is used, or the Y is used to mean in / combine, right? So basically, Adam during his lifetime, when he realized I have to create a symbol for myself so that people know who I am and what my people are doing, I'm going to make a symbol out of my name. So he saw his name and said, I can combine the two B's. The Y, the da, and the da. Right? So he flipped one and made it that's a horrible triangle, but right? And put one upside down and put one right side up. And this symbol became the symbol of his nation. Anytime his men went out to war, or anytime his men went out doing any actual service, they did it with this symbol so the people knew they were by the authority of the king. Basically, this is the first policeman's badge. Like when they rolled into town, you're not just some cat randomly asking you questions. You're somebody who works for the king, you work for the government. David was the first man to say, I'm going to give my people, my servants, a piece of jewelry, which is basically what it is. Notice today, when you get to a certain level, you don't wear it. You wear it like a chain. What's called? He gave them a chain. That's why the Bible says they had 100 gold pieces. He gave them a chain, and that chain symbolized you work for the king. That's why it was considered a shield. If someone messes with you, the entire army of our nation is coming to your village, and anyone responsible is getting killed. That's how it goes. You are shielded. Okay? Which is why I was referred to as the shield of David. The reason this is important to understand is, like, this don't make sense using this. This and this don't make sense.
Right.
Like the Assyrian. Like, it only makes sense when you actually go back into the ancient. Like I have at home, you can go on the reading list. We have it's called the Ben Yehuda. It's like a beigeish, bluish book. I can pull it up for you. It's on if you Google I.S.U.P.K reading list, it's the Hebrew to English dictionary that we actually stand on, or the ones that we actually would use. Okay? Mind you, it's written in this, right? All the definitions for the most part are like this. But when you go to the beginning, like obviously when it says ah, or like these are the letters that begin with ah, it'll show you this is the original ah. This is the original Bob. This is what's called. It tells you, like, brother, also Karan, Khan, he works in CBS. Him and another brother in the school, also YAHANNA. He's the one who actually the brother who runs Addictive K is YAHANNA. Him and Karan came into the truth together. They work at a CVS in Long Island that's in a Jewish community. They'll wear headbands and so on and so forth. And Jewish people will tell them straight up, oh, y'all use the ancient alphabet. Y'all don't use the modern like we do. Yeah, they know full well that this isn't correct. Like, if I could give a brief history, this was created by SHALAM. Basically, just like today, if we speak proper English and wear a suit and tie, they won't kill us. Didn't work. But yet and still, we created this type of writing system to try to make the Assyrians love us. Ka. Okay, Ka. Ka, if I'm not mistaken, is a wall. Yeah, Ka is a wall. Ka. Ta. And if you notice, most of these letters are obviously like damn near English. And it's important and funny because you'll find this all over the goddamn Americas. Like that's I want to say that's the Los Lunas. The Los Lunas, they found a copy. They found like 3 copies of the goddamn Ten Commandments here in Mexico, Ohio, here in the United States. Like one in Ohio, one in Mexico. Like any archaeology that comes out of Puerto Rico prior to Columbus, they automatically block it because they know what they're going to find. Like they were looking at some artifact for like literally decades, right? And a cat, I guess, who was visiting a friend of his on that specific study, came to say, look, this is what we're looking at. The thing is, the cat who was visiting had just come off like his own little study of the Jewish belief and basically ancient Hebrew. Took a good look at it and turned it and said, y'all been looking at this upside down the entire time. This is literally ancient Hebrew. And it is found here in the Americas. Let me see, yeah. See, that's how you know I don't use this modern alphabet so much because it's just what's called Ta-Ya. Okay, Ya is O. Now, was it explained to you that our letters are also our numbers, also corresponding numbers? Letters correspond to numbers. I is also 1. Ba is also 2. Ga is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yah. Okay. Con.
And what way does the correspond?
In counting, you've never looked at a Tanakh? You understand? Yeah. Oh, I'm stupid. See how this is 1? Right? Well, technically this means first chapter. Right? Second chapter. Third chapter. That's what I was putting around. 1. Oh, 2. That's my episode.
It's okay. But I was just in that, that's in the,
Yeah, that would be, right, correct. Okay, yeah, John. So it'll be used for numbers. Okay, Yah is 10. The reason I find this funny is because Yah is Yah. Okay, mind you, so you know, you'll see the Jewish man say things like Aleph, Beth, and that's another thing that comes from us. The word alphabet is Hebrew. This is a lot. A lot can mean 1,000. Can also mean ox. I believe there's one other usage for it. Ba is house. A lot, ba. The Romans or the Greeks took it and eventually came up with alpha, beta, alpha, beta. That's where it originally comes from. Okay, all of these have names. Like this is a Gamal, Dayab, Wawa, Wawa, Salakia. This one, a few of these I can't remember off the top of my head. This one is Yah. Okay, so you can understand. This is the hand. Like basically, this is what it means. This is what it's supposed to represent. How many fingers are on your hand? God. Huh? Well, on both your hands. God. Higher. La. Ka. Next is Ka, right? Ka. Right? Oh. Ka. Ka, I'm listening. Salakia? Which one? Which Ka? Salakia. Salakia, I'm thinking because everything's usually to the right for us. Okay, just so you're aware, I'll put it up. After 10, it would the next would become the teens, or rather the 10th place. So once you get from 1 to 10, the next would be 20. So Ka is 20. Then La. La is supposed to. La is supposed to be a shepherd's guy. If I'm not mistaken. La. Oh, shucks. Shucks. I don't know why. La just looks the nicest to me out of all the Assyrian. And all the others just look weird. La. Right? Is there anything interesting about it? Just, y'all familiar, La also, a lot of these words, a lot of our letters are words. Y'all familiar with that, right? Like, I am, or I period, in, This can mean light or to do. This is the. This is always in. Or but, as in however. Um, yeah, no. This, depending on its placement, ya can mean he, or it can mean my or mine. Ka is you or your, depending on placement. It can also mean like or as. Ka.
Prepositions and possessives.
Ka. I'm going through them quickly. La can mean to, like go to the store, like or you'll see us say at a Sabbath service, La Yasharala, which means to Israel. Kalama. What does ma mean? Sure.
Ma means of or from.
Of or from, right? So what does ma'ashra mean?
Actually means of the tongue.
Of a tongue. Okay, translate that into something people would understand. Come.
Ties.
Okay, yes, but translate that into something people would understand. Yeah, you got to give me other tongue. You owe me other tongue. What the hell is the other tongue? Come.
10%?
10%. Other tongue, 10%. You would put, like if you wanted to go by percentage, you basically put like ma in front of it. Like I want 30%. Ma shalashim. Right? This is my oh. There's another reason I do not like Assyria. Why? Brother.
For the double letter.
Right. Isn't there a double lettering for car in speaking English? For those who are aware, there's in whatever wisdom they wanted, certain letters in the Assyrian change if it's at the end of the word. Why? I have no idea. Them backwards people. I just teach them. Yeah. Me personally, what I try to do for Ka is, I just make a straight line down like the what's called does nowadays. I don't try to like go out my way. So yeah, that'll be man. Yippee, ma, nah, right? Now, ma means water. Ma by itself means water. Like, me and Ozahaza were talking about ma, Moses. Okay, a lot of our names, a lot of people don't realize, sometimes can be broken. Like, Hork. Like something like hork. Like if I take the word homework, but I'm going to take a piece of the word home, I'm going to take a piece of the word work, I'm going to take what I need, and now I'm going to put them together. But the thing is, it sounds a little confusing, but when you understand the language like it's second nature, it'll make sense to us. Because as you have to understand, this is a word in and of itself. This letter by itself means water. So there's a water, I forgot exactly the specific word, but the word for draw or to draw something out has sha in it. So all they did is take ma, which means water, that part of the word, the sha part of the word, and said ma sha. That means drawn from the water. Moses. But in technicality, the word won't exist. Like if you try to look up what does Moses mean, it'll tell you the translation. There is no word that means Moses because somebody just chopped up two regular words and made a name. That's common in Hebrew in some cases. Now, now has to as well. What is now? I'm Salami because I don't. Yeah, come. Come. Yes, sure. Salami because I don't usually like I said, if I have to, Oh yeah, okay. Throughout, because okay. This is the thing personally I noticed when I was studying for my OSIS test. Charles, tell me not. This and this is very confusing as hell, right? Now you'll notice personally what I do, I'll turn this like this and give it a straight arrow. I'll make this into some type of hook so that you can differentiate. Otherwise, you won't be able to. Sa, sa, I, not yeah, con. I is a consonant, not a vowel. Like it isn't put with a word. Like a, what's it called? Huh? The Jewish man tries to say this is an F, this is a P. Okay? Salakia, what is fun? Salakia. I can't know it. Okay, Salakia. Want to make sure. Okay. Like I said, I do not use the Assyrian. Taza. Let me do a little room. What time we got? Oh, it's 7:30? No, it's not 30. We got time. Right. Taza. Right. Tazaria. Taza. I'm about to write his goddamn name. Slappy. Taza. Oh, yeah. As y'all can see, some I remember, some I don't. So y'all know, the ones on this side are the original. These are the secondaries that have to go at the end of the word. Nah. Taza. Yeah, that's the last one, huh? Got it. Yeah, that's the last one. What's it called? Got it. Okay, Taza. Qua. Right? Qua in the Hebrew is the sunrise. Well, what this is. This will be the bottom, what's going up here, this is the sun coming up. Wow. Okay, yeah. God.
During recent classes,
God. Well, what do you have for it?
During recent classes, what times out, how y'all really point out that the fall is actually is a snare. Like that whole thing is like a trap.
Con, I'll look into it. Con. I'll tell you about it. Con, most I'm correct. It could be right, or it could be both. Qua, Ra. Ra is, as I said earlier, this is really half English. Right? That don't change much either. Ra. This is Sha. Ra is a head. You got that too, right? That's correct. Yeah, Ra is a head for Ra'ash. Like by Ra'ashiyah, which is in the beginning. Okay? Ra'ash, so that's supposed to be a head. What is Sha? What does he have written down for Sha? Well, yeah. What does he have written down for Sha?
It's teeth, sir.
Teeth? Like the teeth.
Teeth.
Okay. Did he say anything else? Because I've heard those could also be either teeth or a woman's butt. Okay. And lastly, thigh. Like Thora. That would be okay. So now we have, oh shucks, 30, 30. Slack. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. What do you think would be next? Count. No. Count.
200.
200, 300, 400. And that's it. I'll give y'all a minute to copy it all down in case y'all need it. Then we're gonna basically get into that. I want you. Okay, well y'all need a second to copy this all down, or? Okay, my time, Chris. So, Brandon, sent you a brave and said you could do it. Sure. You want to come up and write it? Well, yeah, come up and write it. How you want to do it? Well, sorry. Come and raise the bullet. Shoot, I'll take a break. Sorry, let me. Block. Come on. Still nothing? Oh? What did they just cut out? Done. All right, done. One, okay, okay. Write it in Hebrew. Write it in the ancient as well. Okay, no sign of Christ, if you guys writing it down. Anybody want something to drink? Water, soda, juice? Well, little man wants something to drink. You got soda? Water. You want a water? Come on, I got you. You good?
I'll get it.
Well, I ain't doing shit. Well, I'll do you are send that. That's how I was going to get it myself. Okay, man. You want your water with you now, Brandon, or? John, I'll do the Brandon. Okay. Okay. Wash. Okay. Whoa. God, I'm outside. Yeah. You want to know what or something, sis?
No.
Be good. Oh. Come on, no sign of Christ, Father. Oh, damn. I like your hello, man. No sign of Christ. Shush. Shasha, my son Chris.
That's the easiest one, Shasha.
Yeah, God. Yeah, word. I found that one funny too. Shasha. Shasha, obviously. Can anybody here count to 100? Show? Show?
Come on, so we did that last one.
You can count to 100.
Come on,
No, it's not. Basically, something one true. Me personally, this is one thing. If y'all, anybody who online who's seen me do these classes before, I always try to go over numbers. One thing about me personally, I find it very weird. Find it very weird that Salakia, there's a Y in that. That's a Y. Shemana.
Both sides are color. But the lesson I had is like the way you said it when you corrected it is Shemana.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. Salakia. Look at it. Yeah, Khan. No sign crash. They just said it's very strange. You're gonna call yourself a goddamn Hebrew. Can't even speak the goddamn, can't even count the 10 in the language. Shemana. Right. No sign crash. 9. Just shy.
Slucky.
Dang. I should even say.
There we go. Most line crack. Wow.
Right. Yeah, people think most line crash right. I'm trying to do that on purpose. I sure. Okay. Right 20 next. Or now keep doing what you're doing. Or what? You need the other way to write 20.
I haven't learned the other way to write 20.
Y'all went to 100, right?
Come on.
How'd you write 30? No, you good. Are you fighting water bottles? I didn't ask you. Salaki, stop. So, what's another way you could write 20?
I haven't learned the other way to write 20.
If Shalashim is a way to write 30, what's another way to write 20?
When he was teaching me, when I learned, they told me that Shami Yam is not 20. They told me that that's not to be used as 20. 20 would be. I should run you.
Okay, Con. All right, keep going.
So you seen this another way?
Originally, the way General Q broke it down, yeah. Original way General Q broke it down, the original 2 days. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I've seen that in the script. That's what I'm out there with it. Con. Okay, my time crash with that. That's pretty much it. Y'all pretty much got that down pat. Salaki, about to shot, Brandon. You did a good job. Everything was correct.
Right.
My time crash. So we're gonna get ahead. About to shot, you can erase that off for me. I'm about to get back up here and you can sit down. God damn. Whew.
Can I ask what is the name again?
Huh?
The name, my body, yeah.
What does it mean? Servant of the Most High. Why? So, y'all can know guess I ain't doing that necessarily. Like, we ain't even got no troopers getting ready for a test right now, so I'm not even gonna bother with the Assyrian. It's a lot good for y'all troopers that's getting ready for your test. Maybe another day. I don't like Assyrian. So, we're gonna go through the tribes, but we're gonna go through them in the ancient, right? We're gonna go through the tribes in the ancient, biblically, and we're gonna get through everything. We're gonna go in the order of the chart, how we do it regularly. So, who can select you? Good. I got swords, right? Or y'all need swords? We're gonna be doing a lot of flipping around. Speaking of which, my phones are pretty much charged. Back on the chart. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a lot of flipping around. Okay, no. First thing we gotta do if we're gonna deal with the whole family is Jacob. Right? Jacob, okay? Who can break down Jacob? Okay, what is Jacob? Hold up. Well, obviously in the Hebrew, but we're gonna go through meanings and all that and such. Huh? I gotta do that. Come on. Okay, what is Jacob? Anybody got any answer?
Salaki.
Well, Salaki Khan, keep going.
The eyeball.
Okay, you telling me how to say it in Hebrew, but that's not telling me what it is. Khan.
Does his name mean hustler, undertaker?
Undertaker?
No.
Where'd you get Undertaker from? You saw me in Big Shot? No, huh?
Class.
Salaki?
From class.
Well, who said that?
Can't remember.
Yeah, try to remember something like that. You had your hand up or you just like, okay, Jacob, you said hustler?
No.
Okay, everybody go to Genesis 25 and 25. Okay, Jacob. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. When you look up Jacob, Sha'al, I'm gonna need you to get this. So look this up and get the synonyms and get the synonyms for it. You'll look at when you look it up the translation for Jacob, it'll tell you the supplanter. Look up supplanter. SUPPLANTER. Babu Kasha, look up synonyms for supplanter. Come. Okay. Who got Genesis 25 and 25?
Genesis chapter 25, verse 25.
Read.
And the curse came out red all over like an hairy garment.
Now let's talk about this talking about Esau's birth, right? Keep going.
And they called his name Isupk.
They called his name Esau. Keep going.
Verse 26. And after that came his brother out.
Now stop. Now we're about to get Jacob's birth, right? Jacob means suck. Oh. Shucks. Yeah, we got the Salaki. Salaki, but I'll deal with that later in a second. Suck. land. Sorry. Okay. Charles, you got my synonyms? Keep reading, Brandon.
Verse 26, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel.
His on Esau's heel. So what is that saying? Now, what's called? The thing you have to understand is, like, a translation doesn't necessarily have to be straightforward. Like in this instance, Jacob technically translates to heal. Slakia. You still ain't got it? Let me see. No, I didn't say it. I said synonyms. Synonyms and yeah. Go to thesource.com. Thesource.com, yeah. Okay, Salakia, while I deal with this. Holder. Okay? Okay. Now look. This word right here, I is healed. Now you see this is? I Right? That's healed. That's what it actually means. Meaning, basically, Jacob is going to be the cat who's always holding somebody back. If I can't be on top, you can't be on top. I'm always there making sure you're not, what's called. America thought everything was so sweet. They was about to reopen. We about to get back, from this coronavirus. George Floyd dies. Turns the whole country upside down. Now niggas rooting in and out of Macy's. Like, you understand, they cleared out Fifth Avenue, right? Because one black man was killed. We hold your heel. What you got?
Remove, succeed, replace.
Overthrow to trip out, man. Take the place of another as through force, scheming, strategy, or otherwise. Okay, long story short, because I wanted to get somebody else to actually say it. Okay, what you have to understand is Esau runs the earth, so because he understands the dynamic of, he was an idiot and sold us God in the Middle East for a bowl of soup. He tries to spin the narrative that we somehow tricked him. You are literally stupid enough to sell me. I've literally said, if you want some soup, sell me your inheritance. You are stupid enough to sell it to me. That's not my fault. But because of this, you'll look up sometimes, supplanter can be defined as a trickster or a schemer. Not the case. A hustler is really just someone who says, I see it coming, so I'm going to do the thing necessary for that coming. That can be righteous or wicked. A hustler necessarily isn't either. But a trickster and a schemer is trying to put out the idea that I'm doing something shasty, which is what he's basically finding right now. All the words he's looking for is basically alluding to the fact that Jacob was somehow evil in his dealings with Esau. No, he wasn't. Okay, that Jacob means heel holder or supplanter. It comes from I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K, which is heel. And from that you get YAHANNA. YAHANNA. Right? That's how you would write Jacob. Okay? Now, second name, Israel. We don't get over this one. It is very simple. Who can break this one down? Does everybody know where he got the name from and how he got the name?
It's like for Israel.
Yeah.
Most I do.
God, Most High gave him Jacob. Like, does anyone know the official, like, how he got the name? Shaw.
Because Jacob wrestled with an angel.
You know what that is in the scriptures? Want to say it's like 26, 27? Okay. Okay. So basically, everybody's familiar with this story. Jacob wrestled with an angel all night. Like, people do not. 32, give me Genesis 32 and 28.
Genesis chapter 32, verse 28.
Stop. 24, read 24.
Genesis chapter 32, verse 24.
Come.
And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day.
Meaning what? Okay, keep going.
25. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh. And the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him.
Meaning what? There was fight. Okay, don't think of it as the homosexual wrestling. He was really scrapping with this guy. He was literally scrapping with this guy. Understand, Jacob, like, how do I say this? He understood that this was an angel he was fighting. He understood that this was someone who could bless him. But you have to understand, the Christian church has you think blessing like, God will bless me and be with me. Nah, I want to be Michael Jordan's dad. I want to be Tiger Woods' dad. I want to be the Williams sisters' dad. Meaning, I want my nation to be the best at everything. That's a blessing from God. Like, I want my children, wherever me and my children go, we are going to dominate it. That's a blessing from God. Not God will pay my bill. That's what slaves think about. Silly slaves in the Christian church. Okay, keep going.
Verse 26. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, we going to be sitting here fighting until I get a blessing. Keep going.
Verse 27. He said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. Verse 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince.
As a what?
Prince.
What?
Prince.
Keep going.
Hast thou power with the Most High.
Has thou power with the most. Keep going.
And with men, and has prevailed.
And has prevailed. Okay, so you'll see idiots. I've actually seen this before. That Israel means wrestles with God. We just read it said prince, right? Israel literally just translates to prince of the power / God. The reason now, why is that important, Sean? Why is this name important? Why is that important? Understanding Israel's name. Why is it important when you want to break down to a Christian Romans 9 and 4?
Romans 9 and 4?
Yeah. Why would that be so beneficial to breaking down to a Christian Romans 9 and 4? To understand that Israel, when you translate it back to the Hebrew, means prince of the power or prince of God. If you don't know, I would suggest if you don't know Romans 9, I would suggest if you don't know Romans 9 and 4 at the top of your head, you might want to pull it. Most High in Christ. Brandon, if you want to give it a try, your sister want to give it a try. So while he's looking that up, right, I'm going to put this up here. So y'all know how to spell it. right? This would be technically in this sense. I'm going to erase a lot of this. He, right? Is really isn't said in the Hebrew. Well, yeah, it isn't represented in the Hebrew in certain instances. So then you'd have Shar, right? Shar is prince. So he is prince of is also unspoken in Hebrew. Then you have Allah, which means power, authority, or lastly, God. Right? So now you have Yah, Shar, Ah, Salam. Ah, Allah. Yah, Shar, Ah, Allah. He is Prince of the Power, or the Prince of God. Okay? So now, you got Romans 9 and 4?
If I'm asking you a question, so that it's important because Jacob is the father of the nation of Israel.
No. Read Romans 9 and 4.
Romans chapter 9, verse 4. Who are Israelites?
Who are Israelites? What is this for? What is this used for? What do we use this for in the truth?
That all nations can be saved by the Most High.
No, what do we use this for? We use it to say all nations can be saved?
Wow.
What do we use it for?
All nations can be saved.
Who can be saved?
Who can be saved?
Who can be saved?
Israel, but I can spend it later from my opinion.
Okay, keep reading.
Who
Prove
are
that.
Israelites? To whom pertaineth the adoption?
What?
The adoption.
The what?
The adoption.
You don't see it? What define? What does adoption mean? Who can tell me? Brandon.
To take care of something, to take the right of the care of something.
You're not giving me the words I need. Think about what we're talking about. We're trying to understand why it's important to know what Israel means in Hebrew. And then I asked adoption. This is something I constantly bring out when going over this specific scripture, because I'm good in the Hebrew in this. Show
Someone who takes us as a father.
as a father, right? Making the other person your child, or your, if it were, okay, if in the case of men, it'd be a son. What is the son of royalty? Prince. To who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption. Only a prince of God can be called such. The adoption of being called a child of God, only people from the bloodline that have always been called the prince or children of God can have that right. That's why that's important. That's why it's important to know this. Okay, we pretty much got a good amount of time. We're gonna get through most of these. So that's Israel. That's how you break down both Israel and Jacob and Israel. We're gonna get through these kind of quickly because they're pretty much what's called. Some of these actually are important to know because they help you deal with other idiots, like this one. I'll deal with that later. What does Judah mean? What is the translation for Judah? Go to Genesis 29. I'll tell you what verse in a second. 35, the very last verse.
Genesis chapter 29, verse 35. Well, I'll you have it. And she conceived again and bare a son, and she said, now will I praise the Most High. Therefore she called his name Judah and left bearing.
Now, what does that mean? What does Judah's name mean? Con, I'm listening.
Most High thanks.
No. But you're close, Con.
Most High praise.
Well, who did what? Read it from the top. Read 35 again.
And she conceived again and bare a son.
That's right.
And she said, now will I praise the Most
What?
High. Praise.
Wait, read that again. Now
will I praise.
Well, who praised? Is God praising? Who's praising? Leah's praising. The mother's praising because she got a son.
No.
God, that's who's praising. So Judah means praise the Most High, right? The Duh and Yahweh, right? Praise the Most High. What is this cut? Sure. Like you just read, that says, you probably won't be able to get this, but you just read that this says, praise God. So I'm going to name my son Judah, or Yahweh in Hebrew. You want me to give it to you? Come.
This might be going off the topic. So
Come. Okay. We're going to get the next one. I'm going to start writing the next one.
So you ready to go.
Okay. So I'm going to just finish writing Benjamin. Right? The God's name is Ahaya Ashahaya. Or whatever. This isn't it. Or whatever other nonsense. First up, Ahaya. Praise the Most High and praise God. When you look it up in Hebrew, this is what you see, not no Ahaya bullshit. Right? This is how you say the Most High's name. This is the Most High's name. How do you like what's called? Basically, all you really got to do is ask them, how do you say Judah? What does Judah mean in Hebrew, and how do you say it in whatever BS version of the language you speak? They're going to have to give you some version of this. It won't be Ashahayada. Okay? Benjamin or Benjamin. Yam. Who, okay, not you, well, sure, you better know. Who can tell me what Benjamin means? Huh? Nobody knows what Benjamin means. Okay. Shaw?
Son of the right.
Son of the what?
Right.
Right what? Huh?
Son of the right.
Right what?
Hand.
Right hand, right? Benjamin means son of the right hand. Right? I don't really need this. Yeah. Actually, sure. I'm horrible with spacing. I'm one of them kids that needs lines. Line. Shalom, on the original favorite stuff. Salakia? Common concept. Common concept. Benjamin. Okay, son of the right hand. So next, after that, hold up. Salaki. 1 second. So that's son of the right hand. Okay, next would be Levi. Oh, Salaki. Levi is loya, which means join to me. All right. Khan. Loya. Loya. Right. Next is Zebulun or Zabalawan. Khan. What? Huh? Son, Salami. I'm backing out. Khan. Simeon means my one. In the English, this can also be Simon. Like when you see like Simon Peter, that's technically Simeon. My one means affliction. Heard. Okay, but technically this means just to hear or heard. Okay? My one. Slovakia, my one. Zeb, you one. Ba, la, one. Okay. Zebulun means dwell with. Okay. Za, ba, la, one. Right? Okay, then there's Ephraim. Ephraim Ephraim is I am fruitful. Con. Con. Well, I know. Well, I was fucking off with you. Con. And that ended up having to end a little early because I wasn't expecting a phone call. All right. Copy. Par. Yeah. I am fruits. Now that's the thing. Sometimes letters can change. What young is used for in plural sense can be changed. Sometimes young doesn't necessarily have to be plural. It can just show greatness. I don't have an exact example, but like in this case, it's not a par young. Okay, par is fruit, but in this instance, it's fruitful. Par young, you would think is fruits, and it probably can be used as fruits, but in this instance, it's fruitful. Like I have a lot of fruit, or fruit is coming. What's it called? The I is basically I am, meaning I am fruitful. From. Par Yam. I am fruitful. Yeah, simple. Pardon, right? Each. I am fruitful. Manasha, right? Manasha is, right? That would be stranger. Let me just make sure I get the exact spot here.
Look,
Con,
you see how the band is separated on the side of the wall?
con.
Is that the northern and southern kingdoms, or was it?
What? Oh no, because this right here is the Southern Kingdom by itself.
Just those two?
Those three.
Oh, no.
Southern Kingdom ain't that bad. Only three tribes technically. Well, technically, Levi's half a tribe. Technically, half of Levi stayed with the Northern Kingdom. Technically. Manasseh, in the Hebrew, I know it's Ma, Na, Sha. For those unaware, Manasseh is older than Ephraim. But the Mossad shows, shucks. The Mossad shows, and Jacob shows Ephraim over Manasseh because he understood and knew. Speaking of which, after that, I'm going to do the father. Just so we're all aware. A lot of people are unaware of Joseph's name. Salakia. I should have actually did him before I did the kids, but for the two. 41. 41. Okay, to forget. Manasseh means, Manasseh means to forget. Right. Manasseh means to forget. Right? Ma, na, sha. Sha. Okay, now we're going to do their father. Yahusha. Okay, in English, it would be considered Joseph, right? In English, okay, now, this is something that I recently discovered myself. I had a clip with Cap Kafazan and I just introduced it to Officer Hajab. Technically, Salakia, this is the proper shortened way to say Joseph or Yahusha in Hebrew, right? Basically, this, which means technically to add, but I'm going to show you that's not the full definition. Does anyone know what Yahweh is?
So,
Yahweh.
the viewers might not be able to see that on the YouTube. So
They can't see Yahusha?
they're running too small. So
Got it too small.
that last part.
Yeah, Con, I got it. Isupk to add, right? In the Hebrew, that would be written like YAHWASAP. Can anyone tell me something about YAHWASAP? Like, you know, Yahweh. What is Yahweh? What does Yahweh mean?
And two.
Salaka?
And two.
No. Yahweh. Okay. Sure. What is Yahweh? You don't know? Yahweh Allah is Most High is the power.
God.
So what is Yahweh?
Power.
No. How do you say power in Hebrew? Allah. So what is Yahweh? Think about it. It's very simple. Let me fix this cheat. You don't know?
God.
The Most High. Yahweh Allah. The Most High is the power. YAHWASAP. Right? Now, when you look up, okay, every instance in the scriptures, this is what you're going to see in Assyria when you see the name Joseph. However, there's one instance in the book of Psalms that lets you know this is a shortened version of Joseph's actual name. Joseph is not the full version. This is. Technically, this is how it would be spelled in English if you wanted to complete it right. Hold up. Right? Or YAHWASAP. And this would be written, Salakia, right? Really, only thing that's really added is one hop. But in actuality, well, here to add, right? Technically, they both mean the same thing. But technically they both mean the same exact thing, which is the Most High acts. Shalom, everyone. You got the show, Salakia, stop at Salakia. Salakia, about questions? Cowboy. Kano concept. Okay, Salakia. Okay, God. Salakia. God. True. Oh. Well, God is God. Basically, God is a true Reuben. Uh, Reuben. Naphtali. Reuben is what's it called? Rahaban. Luck, a son. Naphtali, my wrestling. Wrestling. Salakia. Salakia. Okay. Naphtali, my wrestling. Right? Now, so many squiggles. Now, ha, da, yeah. Now, ha, da. Oops, sorry. I need to fix that. Dog, yeah. Connected for the God. Naphtali. Asher. Asher, happy. Okay. You can find the origins for each name in starting between Genesis the 29th chapter to Genesis the 35th. That'll be the last one. Most of them are in Genesis the 30th chapter. Okay, Asher, Ashar, simple, right? Happy. Happy. This car. Issachar. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Issachar. In Hebrew, Yash. In Hebrew, Yash. Shakar. Yash Shakar, right? Which means he is higher. Okay? Last but not least, what? What you laughing?
The fiscal, like the big.
That's right.
Say what?
Even with the Naphtali, the wrestling, because you know they do a lot of wrestling to be doing.
Right,
So
come.
everything just adds up.
Right, naturally. He is higher. Well, this is because his mama paid his aunt for his father for the night. Basically, y'all familiar, Jacob's wife were sisters. Yeah, basically what had happened. Mandrakes, huh?
A fun story in the Bible.
Which
She
one?
had like found a flower or something, and she said, "I'll give this to you."
Yeah, mandrakes. Mandrakes are a type of aphrodisiac that promotes, supposedly promotes childbirth. So Rachel wanted it in hopes it would help her get children. So he said, give me that and I'll let you have me for the night. And then it's like, I hired you for the night. So basically that's what she ended up naming the baby afterwards. He is hired. Yash. And that's funny too, because, well, as a lady's like, yo, you already took my husband, you want to take my mandrakes too? That shit was funny. So like, Yash, Shah, Car. Okay, and that's all the 12 tribes. Every name, the breakdown of how they interact. Gad is Gad, so I didn't even about to fix it. Well, I got time. Does anybody have any questions on or off topic? We're gonna probably have to call another night a little early. Anything on or off topic? Yeah. Come.
So for the other nations, like how we went for the 12 tribes in Hebrew, for the nations, like Edom, Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, Elam, Japheth, Ham, Israel, Canaan, Cush.
Yeah, Tom, what about them?
Do they have like a meaning also?
Yeah, all those names have meaning. Edom means red. Esau means wasted away. Moab means mother and father, something like that. I'll get back to you on that. Ammon means a people. Ishmael means God. He hear the Most High. He hears. No, the power he hears or something to that effect. I know it has something to do with hearing. Elam? I'm not exactly sure what Elam means. I know Ham itself means hot. Mizraim is some type of heat. No, Mizraim means like straight or tight, like you're in a tight situation. That's more the Egyptian. Like, what's it called? Well, that's more like what the Greeks called it. But there's a few others. Basically, as far as those, no. But any other questions as far as the Hebrew is concerned, or anything on off topic? Okay, most time, Chris. Probably have to end it early, you know what this is. All right, Tom, with that, pass the class over to police and officer Shalom.
God bless you, guys.